শুরু করুন।
জয় শ্রী শ্রী গুরু গৌরাঙ্গ গন্ধার্বিকা শ্রী শ্রী রাধা নয়ননাথ নিতু নীলা প্রভৃতি বিষ্ণুপাদ শ্রীমৎ ভক্তি দ্বৈত মাধুস্বামী নিতু নীলা প্রভৃতি বিষ্ণুপাদ শ্রীমৎ ভক্তি সিদ্ধান্ত সরস্বতী গোস্বামী নিতু নীলা প্রভৃতি বিষ্ণুপাদ শ্রীমৎ গৌরকেশব দাস বাবুজি মহারাজ শ্রী নিতু নীলা প্রভৃতি विष्णुपाद श्रीमत् सच्चिदानंद
स्पेस कम है तो जब शुरू करेगा तब
नीला प्रभृति विष्णुपाद श्रीमत् वैष्णव सार्वभौम जगन्नाथ दास स्वामी महाराज कपाटपति पावन श्री गौर हरि की नवदीप मनोलाप श्री मायापुर धाम जगपति पावनी गंगा देवी कपाटपति पावन श्री गौर हरि की जय जय अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तम्भन्ति देवैस्तवैर्वेद साङ्गपदक्रमयुपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यशान्तनवेदुः सुरासुरगणः देवाय तस्मै नमः। वन्दे नन्दव्रजस्त्रीणां पादरेणुम् अभिघ्नत यासां हरिकथते गीतां पुनाति भुवनोत्रयम् भक्त्या विहीनाय पराधलक्ष्यै सिक्ता च कामादितरङ्गमयि कृपामयि त्वां शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते शरणागतिं नारायणं नमस्कृतं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। सर्वाग्रे परम करुणामय पतितपावन दीनदया अशेष कृपामय कृपा करे हे अधमेरी अपराध वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो कृष्णकथा श्रवणपिपासु सज्जन वैष्णववृन्दस्य यथा जपविवादं करि কালকে আমরা গুরুদেবের কৃপা মহিমা বর্ণন করছিলাম।
So yesterday we also heard the glories of Gurudev. It's not an ordinary thing to glorify the glories of Sri Guru. Like the glories of Supreme Lord is endless. So Brahma did prayers to Krishna that O Lord, I have no power to glorify you or to pray to you. Like the dust of the
করে সেটা গণনা করে যাইতে পারে, যদিও মানুষের সম্ভব নয়, তথাপিও যোগ বলে বা ভক্তির বলে সেটা গণনা করে যাইতে পারে। কিন্তু তথাপি আপনার মহিমা গণনা করতে পারবে না।
So here Brahma is telling to praying to Supreme Lord that no one in this world is capable of praying to your glorify you. Only if the one who has power of his devotion, by that power one can glorify your glories or can speak your glories. Also the droplets of water in the sky, one can glorify the droplets which is on the sky, but and also the sunlight. Though it is impossible, but one can speak your glories. Only the one who has devotion, the power of devotion. So it will be possible to glorify the sunlight of the sun, but it will be impossible to glorify your glories. Only it will be possible the one who will have the power of devotion. By that power one can glorify you. But nevertheless your glories are endless. So that's why your another name is Ananta. As there is no end to your glories, that's why your another name is Ananta. So the non-different form of Supreme Lord is Baladev Tattva. And the non-different from Baladev is our Sri Guru. So the glories of Sri Guru, who will have the capacity to glorify the glories of Sri Guru? So whatever he has practiced in his life and showed it to the people of this world, only that much we are capable of taking it from him or understanding it. For the welfare of the jivas, what he has done or what he has practiced in his life and whatever pastimes he has done, only by his mercy one or two things from those we can remember. So without the mercy of Sri Guru, no one can glorify the glories of him. So there were few disciples of Gurudev. That time the Gwalpara Mutt was not constructed yet. There was a big mountain area. So that place was called the forest reserve. And there was no place for automobiles to go, or no cars or no buses would go there, as there was no place for transportation. Only people could walk inside the forest. They have to walk. So 4 to 5 people from there came to Guwahati and took shelter of Gurudev. And they were staying on the mountains inside that forest reserve. And the trees there are very big. And it's dense forest there. And tigers were there, bears were there, and different kinds of wild animals were inside that forest. So those people were staying in that dense forest on the mountains. So one time they wrote a letter to Gurudev. They wrote in their letter that they're requesting that if you have some mercy on us, and if you please come here, because we are staying here in the forest.
আপনার কৃপা পাঁচ রত্ন যে এগুলো স্পর্শ হয়
if you will come here, if we will have the dust of your lotus feet here, we will feel fortunate.
হ্যাঁ, তখন গুরু মহারাজ সেই চিঠি পেয়ে আমাকে বললেন
So after Gurudev got the letter from those people, Gurudev told me
যে আমি ওখানে যে যাব
that as I will go there,
তুমি একবার গিয়ে দেখে আসো
you first go and see the condition there.
আবার যাওয়ার রাস্তা আছে কি না
And also you see that if there is place for going to that dense forest.
হ্যাঁ, তখন গুরুদেবের নির্দেশে আমি একদিন চলে গেলাম
So by the order of Gurudev, one day I went there to see, and I went alone.
তখন গিয়ে দেখলাম তারা
So when I reached, I saw,
জঙ্গলের মধ্যে গেলাম আমি
I went inside the forest.
কিন্তু রাস্তা নাই গুরু মহারাজে নিয়ে যাবে একটা গাড়ি করে কোনো রাস্তা
Though after I went there, I saw that there is no place for transportation, that I will take Guru Maharaj there by car. There is no place for car to go.
রৌদ্রের ছায়া পড়ে না রৌদ্রের
So the trees are so big that even in the daytime, the sunlight also doesn't fall on the street.
বাঁশের ঝাড় আর একটা জঙ্গল
And the forest was covered with groves and bamboo trees were there.
আর ওই ফরেস্টে যারা ওই ঘাস যে কাটে মাঝে মাঝে ট্রাক যাবার অন্য জায়গায় দিয়ে জায়গা রাস্তায়
But the people who cut the trees there inside the forest, only they have made little space for the trucks to go to carry those loads of logs of wood. But there was no place for transportation.
হ্যাঁ তখন আমি গিয়ে দেখলাম
So when I went there, I saw
গ্রাম অঞ্চলে একটা খিদের মতন জায়গা আছে সমান যেখানে গ্রাম কয়েকটা গ্রাম আছে
and after visiting there, I saw few villages are there.
আমি বললাম যে মহারাজে তোমরা আনবে তা রাস্তা কোথায়
So when I went there, I spoke with them and I asked them that if you are thinking of bringing Gurudev here, how will you bring him here? Because there is no place for transportation.
তখন ওই যে বার্মায় যে নেতাজির সঙ্গে ব্রিটিশের সৈন্য যুদ্ধ হচ্ছিল
So
সেই সময়কার লক্ষ্মীপুরে একটা বিমান ঘাঁটি ছিল সেইখানে ওই যে সৈন্য পাঠাবার জন্য একটা রাস্তা ছিল কিন্তু পাকা রাস্তা নেই এখানে রাস্তা হয়েছে কিন্তু তারপরে পাথর বিছানো ছিল তাহলে কেউ বানিয়ে নেয় এসে দীর্ঘকাল নোংরা হয়ে গেছে একটা রাস্তা খাওয়া
So what happened at that time, there was a war which was happening between Netaji, Subhash Chandra Bose and with the Britishes. So that time that was near Burma, where they have a place on the road, but the road was not Biman Ghati. Oh, so that was the place reserved for war. From there, the soldiers would go. So that place was also like mud, full of mud. So only few bricks were kept because for the soldiers to pass from there. Yeah, so they have to cross through the dense forest. This road is in Goalpara. Maharaj is saying that is before the establishment of Sri Chaitanya Gauriya Math in Goalpara, where some devotees were staying in a dense forest and they wanted Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj to come to that forest. So Maharaj visited there to see the condition, whether it was possible for Gurudev, means Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj, to go there or not. So after I spoke with them, I visited the place. I asked that how will you bring Gurudev here? So what happened at the time of what? At the time of war, the people would supply vegetables and foods for the military soldiers. So they said that they have a van, a police van, by which they can bring Gurudev there. So when the British left India after leaving, they have given that van to the person, to someone in that village. But there was no car or no taxi in that village, except that police van. So they said that with the help of that car, we can bring Gurudev here.
ভক্তরা আর বাইরে লোকরা নিয়ে কোনোরকম একটা পাহাড় ধারে দিয়ে রাস্তা যেখানে নিয়ে যাবে ওখানে করে রাখবে।
So one day the devotees made a road for me to go there where they will bring Gurudev. So first they took me there and they made some roads.
তখন গুরুদেবকে আমি এসে এখানে নিবেদন করলাম।
So after I came back to Gurudev, I requested that yes, I visited there. They have made arrangements for the road, and it will be possible for you to go there.
গুরু মহারাজ তখন আসামে আপার আসাম থেকে প্রোগ্রাম তার আছে,
And after Assam, he was supposed to go somewhere else,
একেবারে গৌহাটি,
to Guwahati, to Tezpur,
শিলচর, এদিকে
Silchar,
আগরতলা, তারপর
Agartala. So after Assam, he would also go to Gurudev was supposed to go to these places for preaching.
তখন গুরু মহারাজ ঠিক আছে তুমি বলে দাও আমি
So after I told everything to Gurudev,
জানুয়ারি মাসে যাব।
Gurudev told me to write a letter to them by saying that please write them that I will go in the month of January, and also Gurudev told me to mention in the letter that he will stay there for 3 days,
3 দিনের বেশি আমি থাকবো।
and he said that he won't stay there more than 3 days.
তখন এই গুরু মহারাজ গেলেন।
So then Gurudev went there.
গুরু মহারাজ সব বলে দিলেন এত তারিখের মধ্যে আমার কল করা।
So in that letter, Gurudev explained everything that after the program in Gwalpara, from Gwalpara he will visit that place.
সেন্সারে গুরু মহারাজ তার আমাদের জ্যেষ্ঠ গুরু ভাইগুলিকে গিয়ে নিচে নিয়ে গেলেন, আর এই বদনও ছিল। তারপরে
So Gurudev took Madan Prabhu and all the other senior disciples with him.
একটার নাম ছিল আমাদের বদেন মহারাজ, তারপরে আমাদের মুনি মহারাজ, তার কৃষ্ণকেশব ব্রহ্মচারী।
So also few of Prabhupada disciples went with Gurudev, like Bodhayan Maharaj, Muni Maharaj, and Krishna Keshav Prabhu.
যখন
They also went with Gurudev. So after they reached Gwalpara,
গুরু মহারাজকে নিয়ে যাওয়ার জন্য ওই যে ফেরি পার হয় সেটা দেরি হয়ে গেছিল, গাড়ি লেট হয়ে গেল।
so as the train was late, we missed the boat service there.
সেই জন্য গুরু মহারাজ যাইতে সময় লাগছিল।
So it took a time for us to reach there.
তারা সেখানে যেখানে গুরু মহারাজকে নিয়ে যাবে যে দিয়ে
So where the people have invited Gurudev into the dense forest,
বহু লোক জমা হয়েছিল।
so many people gathered there to receive Gurudev.
কিন্তু জানুয়ারি মাসে ওখানে আসামে যে বরফ পড়ে সন্ধ্যার সময়,
And also that was in the month of January, and in the month of January in the Assam areas there is snowfall and it's very cold there.
হ্যাঁ, তখন সেই রাত্রে 8টার সময় পৌঁছে গেল।
So at night at 8 p.m. we reached there
হ্যাঁ, তখন তো বহু
to our destination.
তারা ঠান্ডায় থাকতে হবে, পালিয়ে গেল।
So all the people who gathered there to receive Gurudev, due to intense cold, they were not much people were there.
তখন গিয়ে পৌঁছলো, কিছু অল্প লোক ওখানে আছে।
So few people were there to receive Gurudev.
তখন আমরা গিয়ে পৌঁছলাম।
So after we reached there,
খারাপ রাস্তা দিয়ে, এই ব্রিটিশ করা রাস্তা দিয়ে, তার থেকে আবার ভিতরে ঢুকতে হবে জঙ্গলে।
so we have taken the way which was not very good, and by following that way we have to go inside the forest.
হ্যাঁ, তখন সেখানে নামলো আমরা।
So after we got down there,
মাঝে সবাই প্রণাম করলো।
all the devotees who were there, they all came near Gurudev, paid Dandavat pranams to Srila Gurudev,
তারা খুব বোম ফাটালো, ধুমধাম।
and they were burning crackers, and everybody was uttering Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudev.
হ্যাঁ, তখন বলছে কি দিয়ে যাবে, তো গুরুমা চারদিকে তাকিয়ে, ধীরে ধীরে গভীর জঙ্গল।
And Gurudev said from where we have to go, and looking around, Gurudev said this is a dense forest, and all the other Prabhupada's disciples who were with Gurudev, they said, where you have brought us, this is a dense forest, we can see everywhere.
কৃষ্ণকেশব প্রভু সবসময় বলতেন, আসে নিয়ে আসছে তো জঙ্গলটা একটু পবিত্র করতে হবে।
And Krishna Keshav Prabhu would always say that,
যারা ভগবানকে জানে, ধর্মকে জানে, সেই সব জায়গায় করে কি লাভ।
and Krishna Keshav Prabhu would reply to Gurudev like this, that why we will only preach to the people in the cities and villages, we should also go to the forest and also purify the souls of the people who are staying in the forest.
ঠিক আছে, তখন ওখানে নামে যে ওই যে আমরা যে আগে রাস্তা করে দিয়েছিল ওইদিকে যত গুরু ভাইগুলোকে সব নামিয়ে দিল আর
So we all
নামিয়ে দিলেন
got down at where the road was
যাবে গুরু মাঝ তো ওই
constructed. So there, all the disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and all Gurudev's disciples, they all had to get down there.
হ্যাঁ একটা সেই জলা জায়গা ছিল জল নাই এখন কাদা কাদা ভাব আছে
There was a place where too much soil was there,
ফাঁকা ওইদিকে যাওয়ার রাস্তা
and it was like mud. So, and after crossing that place, after crossing that thing, we were supposed to reach to our destination.
তখন পরে তো এর উপরে পাহাড় ধার দিয়ে ঘুরে যাচ্ছে গুরু মাঝে সোজা নিয়ে যাবে তাহলে যে গুরু মাঝে তখন ড্রাইভারকে বলছে হ্যাঁ তুমি এই যে সোজা নিয়ে চলো
So they were sitting inside the car, and the devotees told to the one who was driving the car that you have to go straight through that mud, and the other devotees were going from the road that was constructed for them.
তখন ড্রাইভার বলছে আমার গাড়ি এখানে দাবিয়ে যাবে
The driver is saying that I cannot take risk, my car is going to get drowned here.
তখন বলছে না তুমি ছাড়িয়ে তো দাও
The devotees then said that first you try to start your car, you try to go from here, then we will see what happens. But the driver was not taking risk there because he was fearing his car may get damaged if it will go there.
তুমি তো নামেই দেখো কি হয়
So the devotees still kept on requesting the driver that you just first try, you just try to go down there and see whether it goes or not, and if it doesn't, you don't have to. So whatever the driver heard what the devotees said, and by that he got down to that place where there is mud. So what happened? The entire car went inside the mud. And now the condition was such that not even the car is in such a position now that neither the car can come out nor can go forward. It got stuck inside that heavy mud, and now Gurudev was sitting inside the car and he was unable to come out. So the driver got a little angry and said that I already told that if I will take my car from here, it will get damaged, and as there is too much mud, it will not be able to go, it will get stuck there. So then the devotees said, don't worry, we will immediately do something. So one devotee went there and brought some strong person from the few strong people from the villages. So they took out some bamboos from the bamboo grove and brought some strong ropes and brought some strong sticks with them. So what they did with the help of the sticks, গাড়িটাকে উঠিয়ে So what they did, they put two bamboo sticks on both the side of the car, and they tied the bamboo sticks with the wheel of the car with the strong rope, and by that they tied the entire car, and the people they brought from the villages were quite strong, so now they carried the entire car on the bamboo and walked away from that heavy mud. And as it's on the mountains, it's not a plain surface, it has ups and downs. So the devotees told to the driver, you don't have to start the car, you just hold the steering, and we are going to carry the car on our shoulder with the help of those bamboo. So the driver was only holding the steering, and the devotees pushed the car from the back, and finally they could bring the car out from that mud and brought Gurudev there where we were supposed to go. It was almost 10 p.m. in the night. So the devotees So the devotees, the local devotees, they made arrangements for the devotees staying there with the big grass which was available in Assam only. So with the help of those grasses, they made a temporary houses for the devotees to stay.
মাঝে থাকবে একটা একটা রুম আছে এটা, তো সেটাও মানে ওই দেশের থাকার ঘর আর কি, কিন্তু ভালো ঘরটা।
So, but the room which was given to Gurudev, that was very nice and beautiful. That was only for Gurudev.
পায়খানা করে
And they also have constructed a temporary bathroom for Gurudev.
ব্রহ্মচারীদের জঙ্গলে
And it was told to the brahmacharis that they should go inside the forest for their bathroom activities.
সবাই আমাকে বলছে তুমি এখানকার ভাষা কিছু জানো, তো তোমার সব সময় গুরুমার সঙ্গে থাকবে।
So some devotees told me that I should stay every time with Gurudev, as I know the local language of that place. They told me that you should always be beside Gurudev, whatever he requires or he needs, you should be there beside him to help him.
আমি গুরু মহারাজ একটু বসলো, সবাই মিলে কোথায় নিয়ে আসলেন।
So after Gurudev sat to rest and I was sitting beside him, Gurudev said, where you have brought me? Only I can see big trees and big mountains.
তখন গুরু মহারাজ একটু বসার পরে আমি একটু হাত পা ধুবো, আমি তো করবো, তুমি নিয়ে চলো।
So then after the Gurudev, whatever he has to say, he said, and then he told that now I will do my annik and you take me where I can wash my hands and feet.
গুরু মহারাজের যেখানে বাথরুম স্নানের জন্য করা হয়েছিল টেম্পোরারি, তার ওখানে নিয়ে গেলাম জল ফল।
So where the temporary bathroom was constructed for Gurudev, we took him there, and I gave him water to wash his hand and feet.
নিয়ে গেলাম ওখানে একটা ওই ফিল্ডের সামনে বিরাট ফিল্ড একেবারে, হ্যাঁ ওখানে রাখছে, সেখানে বড় বড় কলা গাছ, আসামি কলা গাছ সেই না, এটা বিরাট।
So where I took Gurudev to wash his hands and feet, there was a big area where only big banana trees were there.
তার উপরে
And the banana trees of Assam is very famous because they are very big.
সেই গাছের ডালগুলো কেটে কেটে পাতাগুলোকে সেই সমস্ত একেবারে আচ্ছাদন করে রেখে দিয়েছে।
কোথায়?
ওইগুলো যে প্যান্ডেল করে আছে না,
Okay,
প্যান্ডেল,
so in that big area, they have constructed some pandal because the program was supposed to be held there. So they made a pandal, and with the help of the bamboo leaves, they have used the bamboo leaves for the cover of the pandals, and the banana trees, the banana leaves they have used for covering the pandal.
আর গুরু মাঝে একটা এর টেবিল আছে দুটা, সেই দুটা জায়গায় এটা বক্তৃতা দিবেন যেখানে।
So where Gurudev will sit on the stage where he will speak Harikatha, only 2 tables was there.
সেখানে একটা প্যান্ডেল উপরে তাদের দেশের কাপড় দিয়ে,
And with the cloth of Assam, they have covered
আর ওগুলো সব
the upper portion of the pandal with that.
তখন গুরু মাঝে আমাকে জিজ্ঞেসে এটা কি।
Then Gurudev after Gurudev saw that, Gurudev asked me, what is this?
আমাদের মহারাজ এটা আপনি এখানে বসবেন আর এইদিকে সব ভাষণ দিবেন।
So I told that Gurudev, you will sit here, and all the devotees will sit in the front, and they will listen to your Harikatha.
কিন্তু জঙ্গলের মধ্যে এত লোক কোথা থেকে আসবে?
Then after seeing this, Gurudev said that this is forest, so from where people will come?
আমি তো না মহারাজ আসবে।
I said, no, Gurudev, people will come.
কোথা থেকে আসবে এত বড় তোমার প্যান্ডেল বানিয়েছে?
Then Gurudev replied that you have constructed such a big pandal, but where are the people? From where they will come?
তখন গুরু মাঝে হাত পা ধুয়ে আসলে আমার আবার নিয়ে আসলে এই যেখানে থাকে। তখন আমাদের গুরু মার সঙ্গে এই প্রভুপাদের কয়েকজন থাকতো, কৃষ্ণ কেশব,
So with Gurudev, the disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, they would always say, like Budhan Maharaj, Muni Maharaj, Udharan Prabhu, Krishna Keshav Prabhu, they are all Prabhupada disciples, and they would always accompany Gurudev in his preaching program.
Guru Maharaj Keshav Prabhu said, Keshav bhai, দেখলে তো জঙ্গলের মধ্যে কি করতে নিয়ে আসলে?
So Gurudev telling to Keshav Prabhu that Keshav, oh brother Keshav, you can see that we have been brought here in jungle.
আর এই যে যা যা দেখছি,
Whatever I am seeing here,
আর এখানে একটা বিরাট প্যান্ডেল করেছে, আর
I am getting surprised. They have constructed such a big pandal here, but I don't understand from where people will come.
তখন গুরু মহারাজ কেশব বলেছে, আরে দেখুন না,
And Keshav Prabhu replied that don't worry, as we have come here, we have nowhere to go. So we have to wait and see what is happening.
তখন গুরু মহারাজ সেই আনি ফানি করছে, আর গুরু মহারাজ আসছে বলে যে বোম ফাটেছে, চারদিকে শব্দ হয়েছে, তখন সব লোক দেখতে আসছে। তখন গুরু মহারাজ আনি শেষ হয়ে গেল, তখন আমি বলি যে তোমরা ওই প্যান্ডেলে যাও, এই গুরু মহারাজ থাকা আর ওই।
So the next day, so people were coming. So after Gurudev was, when Gurudev was performing his arnik in the morning, so devotees were coming, and I was showing them towards the pandal that they should go and wait there. After performing his morning activities, Gurudev will be there to speak Harikatha. And also while Gurudev was coming yesterday, so they were burning crackers. So by hearing the sound of that, many people got the news. So many people started coming from various areas. So many people started coming to take darshan of Srila Gurudev. And I was showing everyone that you all should go and wait inside the pandal as Gurudev is doing his arnik. After his arnik, he will go there and will speak Harikatha. So after Gurudev completed his arnik, I told to Gurudev that many people have come. You please come out and give your divine darshan to everyone. And Gurudev asked me that how many people came. So there was a place in front of Gurudev's Bhajan Kutir where 100 or 200 people can sit there and can honor prasad. So Gurudev said, so you call everyone here and I will speak from the balcony. I told Gurudev that Maharaj, so many people have come that this place will not be sufficient for them. So then Gurudev said, what are you saying? From where so many people came? So then Keshav Prabhu replied that Maharaj, we have to hear whatever they will say because we have come to this place now. We have nothing else to do. As we have nothing else to do, we only have to hear what they will say. And then Keshav Prabhu told Gurudev, you should go and give your darshan to those people. So Gurudev went and I also went with him. So the devotees were doing kirtan inside the pandal. So when Gurudev went up to the stage and saw so many people have come from various places to hear his Harikatha. So then Gurudev told me, Bhagavan Das, it's already quite a time, means it's a night now. So I will not speak much. Tomorrow I will speak more. You please announce that from morning, from 8 a.m. in the morning, Gurudev will speak Harikatha. You please tell this to everyone. And also you tell them that from evening 4 p.m. I will also speak Harikatha. So whatever Gurudev told me, I told this to everyone. So when Gurudev was coming from there, there were lamps inside the jungle. So Gurudev was asking me, Bhagavan Das, what are those lights which I can see that from the far? So I told Guru Maharaj, people are coming from far distance places from the jungle to take your darshan. So Guru Maharaj is asking me, so even inside this jungle people stay here? So I told, yes, Guru Maharaj, by your grace, people are coming from far to take your darshan. This is all your glories only. Then Gurudev is telling to Keshav Prabhu that I cannot understand from where so many people came in this time. It's night and dark here. And Keshav Prabhu replied, see, we have to see what they show us more. So the next day there was a big festival from morning. People are coming and going. So Gurudev was ready before 8 a.m. After having his morning breakfast, Gurudev was ready to speak Harikatha. And the pandal was already full and there was no place for the devotees to sit. And Guru Maharaj was speaking so loudly to the devotees. So after 2 hours, means for continuous 2 hours he spoke Harikatha. So then Damodar Maharaj was his elder Guru brother, disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So he was there. So after Gurudev spoke Harikatha for 2 hours, he asked Damodar Maharaj to speak. And after Damodar Maharaj, he asked Keshav Prabhu to speak Harikatha. And thousands and thousands of people were coming and taking prasad, taking darshan. And in big, big pots, people are cooking for the devotees. The people who were cooking, they are continuously cooking. They were not, and the size of the pots were so big that there were insufficient people to carry those pots. As Gurudev wrote in the letter while coming there, that he is going to stay there only 3 days, not more than 3 days. So first day, second day, third day was over. So fourth day gone, fifth day gone. More people started coming to have darshan of Gurudev. So then Gurudev said that we should do Nagar Sankirtan. So we will all circumambulate this big mountain. I told Gurudev that Guru Maharaj, there is no proper way for doing Nagar Sankirtan because the roads of the mountains are not plain. So it's not proper. It has ups and downs. But Gurudev was so enthusiastic to take out Nagar Sankirtan. He immediately, so the devotees were ready and Gurudev went out with the big Nagar Sankirtan and thousands were following Srila Gurudev in Nagar Sankirtan. And everybody was chanting Gurudev, Gurudev by raising their hand up on the air. So while doing Nagar Sankirtan, Gurudev went to one of the devotees' house. Even going to that devotee's house, Gurudev spoke Harikatha. So after speaking for 1 hour, and it was a bungalow, so full of devotees there. So it's like in Assam, the people, they weave their own cloth. So they, as a gift, they were giving it to Gurudev, which they have weaved. Also, they were giving donations to Gurudev. So after speaking their Harikatha, receiving the gifts, Gurudev said, let's go back. And people were bringing vegetables. And they were also coming to see Gurudev. So many people bringing various items for Gurudev's service. Some are bringing milk, some are bringing yogurt. And in Assam, in those days, there was no any impurities. All pure things were bringing. Even the milk, it was like so much milk that not enough people to drink that milk, and it was directly from the cow.
তা সেইখানে গুরু মহারাজ 5 দিন হয়ে গেল।
So Gurudev was supposed to stay there for 3 days. So instead of 3 days, he stayed 5 days.
শুনছে আরো দূর দূর
So when from different devotees, people are hearing about his glories, more people started coming.
চলে যাচ্ছে।
So people coming, taking prasad and going away.
একবেলা শুনলো কেউ বিকালে
Some hearing Harikatha,
আর কীর্তন তো হচ্ছেই।
and also Kirtan was happening there.
তাই এক সময় সকালবেলা সেই দিনের কথা, সেই দিনে তখন সেই পাহাড়ের লোকগুলো থাকে, তারা এখন কয়জন লোক আছে, 4-5 জন।
So one day, 4 or 5 devotees came to Gurudev. Ki baganer?
তাদের বাগানে যা যা তরকারি আছে,
So whatever they have grown in their garden, they were carrying it on their head and they brought it to for the service of Gurudev.
সব ভোট করে আর মাথায় এরকম করে কিচেন দিয়ে এরকম ভর্তি করে নিয়ে আসছে।
So they are carrying baskets full of vegetables which they have grown inside their garden. So they were bringing it for Gurudev.
তারপরে গুরু মাস্টার বসে আছে।
So Gurudev was sitting on the balcony.
হ্যাঁ, তারা আমি কিংবা কাজে গেছি,
So I went for some work nearby.
ওরা কিন্তু এই চুল কাটে না আর কোকিং পরে থাকে সব সময়।
Those people, they don't shave their head or they don't cut their hair, and they always wear kopin,
আর একটু ওই
only an undergarment,
কালো গেঞ্জি একটু থাকে।
and they would wear a black t-shirt.
তখন গুরু মাস্টার বলছে, ওরা ওখানে গুরু মাস্টার বসে আছে বারান্দায়,
So Gurudev was sitting on the balcony,
এরপরে বসে আছে।
on the chair,
ওরা ওখানে জিনিসপত্র রেখে,
and after keeping those vegetables, they were paying Dandavat Pranam to Gurudev,
ওই মাটি আছে যে মাটি, ওরা মাটিতে বসেছে।
and they were sitting on the ground.
তখন গুরু মাস্টার একজন ছেলে,
After paying pranam, they sat on the ground.
আস্তে বলো।
So one boy saw and told that you please call Bhagavan Das.
তখন আমি যে মহারাজ ডাকছি আপনাকে, আমি আসলাম, এসে বলি দেখো এই যে সাধুরা আসছে, বসতে জায়গা দাও। আমি কি বলছি,
So Gurudev told me that these sadhus have come, please give them proper seat.
তখন আমি বলি যে মহারাজ এটা তো সাধু নয়।
I told Gurudev they are not sadhus.
এরা সাধু নয়, এরা একেবারে বিরাট বিরাট গাছের উপরে গাছের ঘর বানিয়ে করে থাকে।
I told Gurudev they are not sadhus. They construct temporary houses on the top of the tree and they live there.
সেখানে ঘর বাড়ি করে তারা হাতির ভয়, বাঘের ভয়, ভালুকের ভয়েতে তারা উপরেই
So by the fear of elephants, tiger, bear, they stay up on the trees.
একজন তাদের ওই উপরে উঠবার জন্য বাঁশের একটা সিঁড়ি থাকে।
So to climb up the tree, they have a very beautiful ladder to go up on the tree.
আবার রাতের মধ্যে ওই সিঁড়িগুলো উপরে উঠে রাখে, যদি বাঘ উঠে যায়
Shirita?
সিঁড়িটা রাতের মধ্যে আবার তুলে রাখে ওরা।
So once they climb up to the tree, they take the ladder with them because they fear that if the tiger comes in the night, the tiger can easily climb that ladder and can come up to the tree.
এই জন্য এরা ওই জাতীয় লোক।
So after they get into their house on the tree, they also take the ladder with them.
ওরা ওখানে বসবে, ওরা আর থাকে না।
So they are from that village, so they can sit on the ground. There is no problem.
আর ওরা, আমি বললাম ওরা মানুষ বাদে সব প্রাণীকেই খায়, আমি বললাম।
সব প্রাণী খায়.
হ্যাঁ,
So they eat,
মনুষ্য বাদে
except humans, they eat the meat of all other beings, of all other species.
তাই নাকি বলে না?
And Guru Maharaj was surprised. Oh, really?
হ্যাঁ, তাহলে যাই হোক, তারা চলে গেল, উৎসব হলো, উৎসব তো হতেই আছে, তারাও প্রসাদ পাইয়ে গেল।
So they came, they had darshan of Gurudev, they took prasad and they also left. So every day was festival there.
এইরকম চলছে। তারপরে 6 দিনে গুরুরাজ বললো,
So after
কেশবপ্রভুকে দেখে
6 days, Gurudev called Keshav Prabhu and also called me,
যে আমার তো এখানে 3 দিনের কথা,
that I was supposed to stay here for 3 days,
হয়ে গেল।
But today is the 6th day.
হ্যাঁ সে এখন ওইদিকে যত আমাদের আসামে যে প্রোগ্রাম আছে
So,
সব ক্যান্সেল হয়ে গেছে
so where I was supposed to go after here, all those programs have been cancelled because I stayed more than 3 days here.
সুতরাং আর এখানে বেশি সময় দেওয়া যাবে না
So I think I should not give much time here and I have to leave this place.
তখন সবাই বলছে আর একদিন
But all the devotees requested, no, only one more day, please.
আর একদিন আপনি সবাই প্রার্থনা করে একদিন আপনি অন্তত
So every day with folded hands they are requesting to Gurudev that please one more day you please stay here with us.
তখন ঠিক আছে গুরুমা সবাই কেসে গুরুমা দেখো কি করে তুমি কেউ আপনি তো বলেছিলেন যে জঙ্গলে কেউ থাকবে না কেউ দেখবে না বলে দেখলেন তো এরা তো কত একবারে ভগবানের কথা কীরকম শুনছে এমন করে মনে শহরের লোক তো ভগবান জানে ধর্ম জানে এরা তো জানে না জঙ্গলে বাস করছে একে কে উদ্ধার করতো
So now Keshav Prabhu telling to Gurudev, see, when you came here, you saw this dense forest and you were thinking that who will come here, who will listen. So now you can see so many people have come, heard your Harikatha and they got so much inspired by your Harikatha and they have heard your Harikatha with lot of sincerity. But in the cities, the people, they know about God. But here they didn't know who was God, who was Krishna. But now you have come, you have spoke about the glories of Guru, Vaishnavas and Bhagavan and they have heard that. So now you can see they are not in a mood to leave you now.
ঠিক আছে স্যার 7 দিনের মাথায় আমাকে দেখে বললো তুমি ডিক্লেয়ার করে দাও কালকে সকালে বেলা মহারাজ চলে যাবে
So Gurudev stayed there for another day and on the 7th day Gurudev called me and told that you please announce to everyone
এখানে 7 দিন থাকা হয়েছে
that Gurudev stayed here for 7 days
3 দিন থাকার কথা
as he was supposed to stay here for 3 days but instead of 3 days he stayed here for 7 days.
দরকার হলে ভবিষ্যতে আবার আসবে
If it's required, Gurudev will also come in near future.
তখন গুরুমহারাজ বলেতে আমি বলে দিলাম
Then whatever Gurudev told me, I announced it to all the devotees in the morning who came and to all the devotees who came
কালকে গুরুমহারাজ
who came in the evening
সকালে এখানে
that tomorrow morning Gurudev will leave from here
বেরিয়ে যাবে
at 8 a.m. in the morning. He will leave from here.
যারা যারা দর্শন বাকি আছে
Those who have not even has taken his darshan, they should come and take his darshan before he leaves.
ওই 6 তারিখে বহু হরি নাম নিয়েছিল
But on the 6th day, many people took initiation from Srila Gurudev.
তখন কেশবপ্রভু আমাকে জিজ্ঞাসা
So then Keshav Prabhu asked me,
এই যে মহারাজ সে কথা বললেন এরা কি করে বুঝতে পারছে কি না
Keshav Prabhu called me and asked that what Madhav Maharaj spoke here, as they don't know other than the local language of that place, how did they understood what Madhav Maharaj spoke in the Harikatha?
বাংলাও জানে না
As they don't know Bengali, as they don't know English, as they don't know Assamese, they don't know Hindi, except their local language.
এরা গেছে মহারাজ যে বললেন
So what Madhav Maharaj spoke, whether they have understood or not,
তুমি জিজ্ঞাসা করতো
can you please ask them?
তখন আমি জিজ্ঞাসা করলাম
So by the order of Keshav Prabhu, I went to those devotees and asked that what Gurudev spoke in the Harikatha, do you understand what he spoke?
তখন সে বলল হ্যাঁ আমরা সব বুঝতে পেরেছি
The devotees, all the devotees replied, yes, we have understood what Srila Gurudev spoke in the Harikatha.
যা যা বলেছেন
Whatever he told,
সাবজেক্টের কথা সব বলে দিন
and they immediately answered to in which topic Gurudev spoke Harikatha on different days.
তখন আমি একটা মহিলাকে জিজ্ঞাসা করলাম
Then I asked one lady there,
হ্যাঁ এটা তো লেখাপড়া জানে না
as she was not an educated lady, as she stays in the forest.
যে হরিকথা বললেন
I asked her that as Gurudev spoke Harikatha here for 7 days,
হ্যাঁ 7 দিন হরিকথা বললেন কি বুঝলেন
what you have understood?
গুরু মহারাজ বলছেন
She replied, Gurudev said
মনুষ্য জন্ম লাভ
that we have got this rare human birth,
কিন্তু আমরা মনুষ্য হয়ে কেবল পশুর নাই জীবন কাটাচ্ছি
but being human, we are living the life of an animal.
এইজন্য
So
এখানে হরিভজন করা দরকার
we should do Hari Bhajan. We should serve Supreme Lord. So this what Gurudev spoke in the Harikatha.
শুদ্ধ আচার অবলম্বন করে
that in a pure state of mind, we should serve Supreme Lord, we should serve Sri Guru. So then I told Keshav Prabhu, see, I asked each and every devotee is there, and this what the reply I got from there, that they heard the Harikatha so attentively. And Keshav Prabhu was so very happy that he gave a beautiful gesture that, wow. And Muni Maharaj, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur disciple, he said, there is a special power of Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhav Goswami Maharaj, that he has the power of piercing the heart of the devotees. The Harikatha went directly inside their heart. And this is the example. If they would have not understood what Madhav Maharaj spoke in the Harikatha, why they will take initiation, why so many people will come and take his shelter or will take Harinam from him. So Madhav Maharaj has so much power in his Harikatha that his Harikatha went inside the heart of each and every devotees, and which made them inspired to take initiation from him. Like Supreme Lord is an omniscient all-knower, so Madhav Maharaj is also omniscient and he knows everything. And like that, his Harikatha entered into the heart of all the people there. So you can see this is a miracle. They are not even educated. They don't have no education. So this is a complete miracle which Madhav Maharaj did. So this is one of the glories of Madhav Maharaj. So like this, Muni Maharaj, disciple of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he said. So then Bodhan Maharaj, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur disciple, he said, this is really a miraculous thing, what Madhav Maharaj did. Even in a educated society, not this much people come to hear Harikatha. But I was amazed to see that so many people is coming every day. Thousands and thousands of people coming in the day, in the night, coming, hearing Harikatha, honoring Prasad. This is not enough. These glories are like in other places, like one day there is festival, 2 days there is festival, but here 7 days of continuous festival. So this is amazing. So in the evening, Gurudev called me, and Gurudev asked that 7 days so many people came, they honored Prasad. So I want to know if there is any scarcity of anything here. So he asked me that I want to go with you and want to see that whoever have come and given vegetables, rice or whatever, if there is proper things are there in their house or not, because they have given so much for the festival, for this which happened for 7 days. So I took Gurudev to various houses of the devotees, and we are going there. He saw that where the program happened, Gurudev went there and saw that heaps of rice, sacks, heaps of vegetables, heaps of dal, everything is stored there inside the storeroom. So I told that your grace, everything is full, Gurudev, and it will continue for another 7 days. I took him to the storehouse where all the vegetables were kept. So Madan Prabhu, who is also still serving Srila Gurudev, he was also there with me. So there was so much vegetables. I told Gurudev that if we arrange festival for the next 7 days, this will be sufficient, these vegetables.
সেইটাও দেখালাম এই যে এখানে সব এখানে
And I was showing him the various places where we cut the vegetables and keep, where other things are kept. So I was accompanying him and was showing him.
আমরা একটা টেম্পোরারি অভ্যর্থনা যে বাইরের লোক আসলে অভ্যর্থনার একটা কমিটি আছে
So
সেখানে নিয়ে গেলাম
I showed him where the delegates come from outside, where we welcome them. To that place I also took him and showed him as well.
সব গুরুমা সব দেখে
So Gurudev was happy to see everything around.
তখন গুরুদেব মহারাজ এসে বসে তখন ওই বলেন মহারাজ কেশব প্রভু তারপর মোদী মহারাজ ধারণ প্রভু এরা সব মাঝে এত অ্যারেঞ্জমেন্ট
So after Gurudev came back, Bodhayan Maharaj, Muni Maharaj, Damodar Maharaj, Udharan Prabhu and Keshav Prabhu, they were there, all Prabhupada disciples. He came back and told them that I was surprised to see so many arrangements are still there and they have done.
এই বলে তখন তখন মুনি মহারাজ বলছে
And Muni Maharaj is saying,
যে এখানকার যে দই খাইছে জীবনে আমি কোনোদিন খাইনি
I have never had such beautiful yogurt which I have eaten here.
জীবন এখানে শেষ হয়ে যাচ্ছে
Now my life is going,
তারপরে এত সুস্বাদু যে এখানে দই
but the yogurt of this place is so delicious. I have,
এত দুধ
and so much milk.
একবারে এই জঙ্গলের মধ্যে এত খাঁটি বস্তু যে পাই আমি কল্পনাই করি না
I can't even imagine that inside dense forest you get such pure things to eat.
এই বলে মানে তখন সেই আমি তো রাত্রি আবার বলে দিলাম সবাইকে কালকে গুরু মহারাজ এখান থেকে 8টায় বেরিয়ে যাবে
So I announced in the night that tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Gurudev will leave this place. So today is the last day of the festival and tomorrow morning Gurudev will leave.
আর যারা গুরু মহারাজকে দর্শন করতে ইচ্ছুক
So whoever wants to have his darshan,
সকালে
they can come
দর্শন করতে পারে
and have his darshan in the morning.
বাস এরকম হয়ে
So like this,
গুরু মহারাজ সকালবেলা সব চাঁদি বাঁধা
there was the end of the festival and in the morning devotees came to have his darshan and
নিয়ে আসলো
a car was brought.
যে গাড়ি তোমরা ওই কাদা পার করতে হবে তোমরা আগে গাড়িটা অন্য দিকে ঘুরিয়ে নিয়ে ওই যে পাকা মতন রাস্তা আছে যে শক্ত রাস্তা ওইখানে তোমরা রাখো গুরু মহারাজকে আমরা পরিশ্রম করতে করতে নিয়ে যাবো
So I told the driver of the car who is going to drive Guru Maharaj back to the town of Assam, I told that like when first time while coming they had to cross that mud area. So I told the driver this time that you don't have to come from that place where the road has been constructed, the proper road. You can wait there with the car and by taking a big procession we will go there with Gurudev to see him off.
ব্রহ্মচারী আদি স্থানীয় যারা হরিনাম সে তারা সব কীর্তন করছে
So all the devotees who took initiation, they all came. There was a big crowd of people. They were chanting Harinam Sankirtan, and by that we were going along with Gurudev.
আগে কিন্তু গুরু মহারাজ আমাকে জিজ্ঞেসে ওই কেউ গ্রামের লোক না কেউ আসছে না কেন
So even I remember while leaving in the morning, Gurudev called me and asked me that why the villagers are not coming. The people from the village are not coming to see him.
ওনারা আসুন আমি বলি যে
Then I told to Gurudev,
বললো যে ওনারা আসছেন না কিছু কিছু রাস্তায় আছে
I told, some are waiting there for you in the road.
আপনি যাবেন
When you will go,
এই জন্য তারা আর আপনাকে বিরহ দুঃখ দেখবো বলে আর
as you are leaving now, they are in a mood of separation. They are unhappy that you are leaving, so that's why in a mood of separation they are sad that you are leaving. That's why they are not coming in front of you. They are waiting for you on the road from where you will board the car.
তাই নাকি বলে
And Gurudev was asking, oh, is it?
তখন সেই গুরু মহারাজ আগে যাচ্ছে তারপর
So Gurudev was walking on the road with all the other devotees. They were doing kirtan and I was walking behind Gurudev.
অনেক মহিলারা আছে
And under one tree there, a big tree, many women accumulated there.
গুরু মহারাজ আমাকে যে এরা কারা
And Gurudev asked me that what are these women doing here? Women doing here?
কালকা এই মহিলারা আপনি যাবেন বলে এখন আপনাকে শেষ দর্শনের জন্য ওখানে বসে আছে
I told that these women have come to have your last darshan, so they are waiting under that tree.
আমি বললাম আজকাল গ্রামে কেউই রান্না করে নেই
I told that nobody has cooked today in the village.
কেন
And Gurudev asked why they haven't cooked anything.
যে আপনি যাবেন বলে
As you are living,
কেউ এই রান্না করে নাই আর সব একবারে
nobody
সব
has
এই
cooked
ইয়ার মধ্যে।
because they were so sad. They're in a mood of separation. So that's why nobody cooked anything in their house today. So then Gurudev answered that I am going, why they haven't cooked for themselves.
আপনার এই যাবেন এই দুঃখেতে তারা
I told that as you are leaving, there was such a big festival here for 7 days and everybody was so happy. So as now the time has come for you to leave, as you are leaving today, so everyone is very sad. So that's why they haven't cooked anything in their house today.
আবার একটু পরে আবার সেখানে কোনো ছেলে মেয়ে
So again he proceeded. There was another place where many young boys and girls were waiting.
এরাও এরকম বলে হ্যাঁ এরাও এখানে
Though then Gurudev asked me, they are also here waiting for me to see. I said yes.
গুরুমাসকেও একটু ভারী হলো আর তখন তখন আর এরা তো নবসংগীত আছে
And then also Gurudev felt little sad. And along with Gurudev, already many people, many men, women, they are walking along with Gurudev doing kirtan. And people on the roads also, they were waiting for Gurudev to have his last darshan. Many people, they were sad. Many people are crying.
তখন কেউ কেউ কাঁদি কাঁদি যাচ্ছে পিছন দিকে তখন সনকে একটা মেয়ে ছেলে কাঁদতেছিল
So in the front, there was one lady who was crying.
তখন আমি গিয়ে গালি দিই যাই মহারাজ যাচ্ছে তোমার আবার এখানে কাঁদছো
I went up to that woman. I went up to that lady and I told her in a very rough voice that now Gurudev is leaving. Why are you crying like this? You please give him way to go. Don't cry. Don't stand in the middle of the road and cry.
এবারে গিয়ে গুরুমাসের আমি কেন কাঁদছি
And Guru Maharaj asked me that why she is crying.
আমি বলি যে আপনি যাচ্ছেন তো
I told because you are leaving, so that's why she was crying. And Guru Maharaj in a very heavy voice answered, oh.
সে ওই পাকা রাস্তায় পৌঁছে গেল
So when Gurudev reached where the car was waiting for him,
তখন সেই গাড়ি দাঁড়িয়ে আছে আর যে কত লোক
and you can't even imagine how many people came to see of Gurudev. Thousands of people came to see of Srila Gurudev there.
গুরু মহারাজ বললেন তোমরা খুব এখানে এসে আমি খুব সুখী হলাম
Gurudev, before boarding the car, Gurudev stood in front of the car and said that I was so very happy to be here among so many people.
বলে
The festival was so nice
গাড়িতে উঠলেন
and I was so happy. And after telling this, Gurudev boarded the car.
আর তখন সব ছেড়ে মেয়ে যে কাঁদছে না
And immediately when Gurudev boarded the car, everybody started crying.
টাকা দিয়ে টানতেছে পিছন দিকে
Some are holding the car,
যে কেউ সম্মুখে একেবারে
some are standing in front of the car, just in
একেবারে এলাকায় হয়ে গেছে একেবারে কাঁদতেছে
so all the people were in a mood of separation. And all the devotees, they were crying.
চিৎকার করে এসে আও আও করে কাঁদতেছে
And in a very loud voice, the devotees were crying for Srila Gurudev.
মুনি মহারাজ
And Muni Maharaj,
ওই কেশব প্রভু
Keshav Prabhu, Bodhan Maharaj,
মহারাজ উদ্ধব প্রভু
Uddharan Prabhu,
উদ্ধব প্রভু আর যে আমাদের যে
all these disciples of Prabhupada and Gurudev's senior disciples, as they were unable to tolerate this separation mood, they left before Gurudev. And Guru Maharaj was sitting alone inside the car.
দেড় ঘন্টা হয়ে গেল
It's almost more than 1.5 hours.
আমি আবার গুরু মাঝে সেই সামনে ওই গাড়িটা দরজাটা ধরে আমি দাঁড়িয়ে আছি
And I was standing beside where Gurudev was sitting. I was holding the door of that car and was standing.
গুরু মাঝ একবার এই সমস্ত চারদিকে দেখে মহারাজের চোখে জল আসে
Even Gurudev was unable to control his tears, so even I saw Gurudev's tears were rolling down from his eyes.
ভারী হয়ে
And his face was very heavy.
অনেকক্ষণে পরে আমি বলি না ভগবান দাস
And after some time, Gurudev said, Bhagavan Das,
এইরকম করে রাখলে তো আর চলবে না
if it will go on like this,
এখন গাড়ি তো যাবে
I will not be able to go.
একটা ব্যবস্থা করে দাও
So you please give a way from where we can go.
ড্রাইভার বলছে যে আমি কি করে যাব
So the driver is saying, how will I drive the car from here? Because the road is full of people. They're standing. There is no space to go.
আমি একটু চেষ্টা করে দেখলাম যে তোমরা সরাও রাস্তা সরাও তো মহারাজ দেরি হয়ে গেছে, ওইদিকে গাড়ির টাইম নষ্ট হয়ে যাবে।
So then I tried to pacify the people by saying that, see, the time is going now, and Gurudev has to reach station as the train, as he has to board the train. So you please make a space for the car from where he can go.
আমরা দুইবার চেষ্টা করলাম, আমি আর করতেই পারলাম না।
So 2 times I tried to tell to the devotees there, but they were not moving. Everyone was crying.
আমাদের চোখের জল
Even I was also feeling sad that Srila Gurudev was leaving.
কান্দার রোড।
It was like it was a very sad moment for everyone.
তখন আমি অনেক চিন্তা করি, দেখলাম না এইটা আর হবে না। তখন কয়েকটা ছেলেকে নিয়ে আসে, বলে তোমরা গাড়ি আস্তে আস্তে চলবে।
So then I thought that if things will go on like this, then Gurudev may miss his train. Then I told 2-3 persons to help me. Then what I did, I made space for Gurudev's car to go, so that at least Gurudev car can go and can reach station in time.
দুইজন চারজন ধরে ধরে এইদিকে এদিকে সরানো।
So with the help of a few devotees, I was making space for Gurudev's car to go.
গাড়িগুলো আস্তে আস্তে ধীরে ধীরে স্টার্ট করো, এরকম করো। অনেকক্ষণ দূরে নিয়ে গেল, নিয়ে গিয়ে অনেক দূর চলে গেল, তখন রাস্তা কমে গেছে। তখন ড্রাইভার করে তুমি জোরে চালাও এখন।
So after we made space for Srila Gurudev, then I asked the driver that now you may drive the car little fast.
স্পিড দাও তুমি একটু কমে। তারপরে স্পিড চলে গেল, তারপরে গিয়ে তারপরে আমাদের অনেক দূরে কেশব প্রভুরা ওখানে দাঁড়িয়ে আছে।
So Keshav Prabhu and all the other disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, they were waiting far. I could see them. So Gurudev met them, though they boarded the car and they left all together from that place.
তারপরে গুয়াহাটি পৌঁছে গেল।
And Gurudev reached Guwahati.
তখন বসে বসে একটা বিশ্রাম করে সন্ধ্যার সময় বললেন যে অধয়নের মাস বলছে।
So in the evening, Bodhan Maharaj told
আমরা ভাগবতে শ্রবণ করি
Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur disciple, he said, we have heard in Srimad Bhagavatam that when Akrur was taking Krishna Balaram from Vrindavan to Mathura, that time the devotees of Vrindavan were holding the chariot of Krishna and Balaram, and they didn't want to leave them. So all the gopis, they were holding their chariot, and they didn't want to leave Krishna and Balaram. So we have heard the glories of that in Srimad Bhagavatam, but we have never seen that in real. But Madhav Maharaj has shown this pastime in real. This is such an amazing pastime we have seen. And that time when I saw this, when his car was being surrounded by so many devotees of Assam and they were not ready to leave Madhav Maharaj, then it came in my mind that now I can see that real pastime. That how did the people of this forest have got so much devotion, affection and love for him? I have never seen the people in the cities have never cried for Srila Madhav Maharaj like this ever. So this is the this is beyond our comprehension, these glories of Srila Madhav Maharaj. And Keshav Prabhu said that I was unable to tolerate as seeing that condition of the people, how they were crying for Srila Madhav Maharaj. Even my heart was sad to see that. And Muni Maharaj replied that I was dumbstruck, I couldn't say anything. Everything is just coming up in front of my eyes, what we have seen, what I have seen, whether it was a dream or it was real. এটা কোন সালে? Okay. So Maharaj can remember the year. So that's why the glories of my Gurudev is innumerable. That he even that he inspired the people of the forest so beautifully by giving them Krishna Bhakti, and those people are not like us. They are different. Their mentality, everything is different because they stays in the dense forest. So later also Gurudev went there one time. So when next time Srila Gurudev went, that time it was not a mud road there. There was a proper road. And also that time there was not such dense forest there. It was more developed when second time Gurudev went. So next time when Srila Gurudev went, so temporary tents were made for devotees staying. And the second time when Srila Gurudev went, that year I remember, that was 1971. So after Gurudev came to Calcutta, he sent me there. He sent me there because he wanted me to go there and see how is the condition they are staying. This he told me to go when the first time he left that place. He was worried about all those devotees, so he told me that now you should go and see them, that they were crying so much when I was leaving, so you should go and see whether they are all right or not, whether they are eating properly or whether they are having any problem. So Guru Maharaj asked me that I should go and see. So after you reach there, you please write me immediately the condition of the people there, as he was worried about them. So I went there. So I wrote back to Gurudev that by your mercy, all the people are all right. They are all good. So then after Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Maharaj, he went there for preaching. Even Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Maharaj also preached extensively in Assam. When he also went, there was a big festival. And when Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Maharaj went there, in 2-3 places there were big festivals. If you read Chaitanya Vani, it's all written there that when Tirtha Maharaj also went, big delegates came and many people gathered when he arranged program there. And even Tirtha Maharaj cried seeing the devotion of the people there. Because he's told that I have never seen how the people of Assam, they have so much love and the way they give respect to the sadhus. For that Tirtha Maharaj cried a lot, seeing their devotion. So even Tirtha Maharaj has many disciples there. But now, as many of Gurudev, there are not much disciples of Gurudev now, but there are thousands and thousands of disciples of Tirtha Maharaj are there. In every Kartik month, they conduct big Nagar Sankirtan at the time of Kartik. And they still hold the same festival like they would do at the time of my Gurudev. For the Vaishnavas, they would celebrate for 2 days. And for the and for the local people, they would do celebration for 1 day. But now it's very unfortunate that we don't have people now that who can go there for preaching. So Gurudev has shown a lot of his pastimes to us. But being his servant, I was unable to do anything for him. So by his mercy, I am here. I don't know when he will liberate me from here. So, Vancha Kalpataru Vaishya Kripasindhubhaya Vacha Patitanang Pavane Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. Dekhi 1 ঘন্টা 15 minutes. So today was the last day for the entire it was like everybody's desire to hear from Maharaj about the glories or the early days of Gauriya Math. So it was a 3-day series where Maharaj spoke for several hours about the early days of Gauriya Math, how Param Gurudev established Math, and then today we heard the preaching activities of Param Gurudev in Assam. So we are very thankful to Maharaj.
আর অলৌকিক শক্তি আছে দেখালো একবার যাদেরকে দৈব শক্তি বলে
So one time Gurudev showed a very miraculous thing. So he will tell about that pastime another day.
যদি সময় পায় তখন বলবে।
So in next Katha, Maharaj will speak about that miracle of Param Gurudev.
আমাকে দিতে হবে
So Maharaj is saying now the devotees have to give him 2 days time.
এই যে এত বড় ফাইলগুলো এসে গেছে
As you can see the papers on the hand of Maharaj. Now Maharaj has to do proofreading and editing for Chaitanya Vani magazine.
হ্যাঁ এটা আমাকে দিয়ে দিন আমরা-
So 2 days Maharaj will be engaged in his service. So when Maharaj will be ready again, he will speak Harikatha.
আরো আসার জন্য আমাকে আশীর্বাদ করে
So Maharaj is telling to all of our, means to all the devotees who have come to heard, that you please all bless Maharaj so that Maharaj can,
গুরুদেবের যেন আমার অধীর শ্রদ্ধা
you may all bless Maharaj so that he can have much devotion unto the lotus feet of his Sri Guru. This is his humbleness. So he is a top class Vaishnava. So this is Maharaj is telling that this is my prayer to everyone, request to everyone that you may all bless Maharaj. This is Maharaj's humbleness. Okay, thank you very much for joining, and anything you haven't understood you can write there in the comment panel and we will. So after 2 days Maharaj will finish and then we will have the fortune of hearing from Maharaj again.
হরিকথা আলোচনা হবে
Jai Om Vishnupad Ashtottara Shrimad Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Ashtottara Shata Shri Shrimad Jagadguru Srila Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Ashtottara Shata Shri Shrimad Srila Bhaktiniketan Turyasrami Maharaj ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
ঠিক আছে
Hari Bol.